What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to be talking about if I were to start from scratch, from absolute zero, what are the things that I would be thinking about, what are the things that I would be doing over or doing better, and what are things that I know now that I wish I would have known when I was first starting out. Make sure you stay all the way to the end of the video because the last step that I'm going to share with you is my absolute favorite. So let's hop right into it. Alright guys, so if I was starting from scratch, what are the things that I would be thinking about? What are the considerations that I would have knowing what I do now, having run my Amazon business for a little under 3 years at this point in time while I'm recording this? If you guys want to know more, make sure that you are smashing that like button. Please make sure that you are subscribed if not already. It helps out this channel immensely and it would be very much appreciated if you could take the time to do so. Alright, so what are some of the things that I would be absolutely avoiding when starting out my Amazon business? Well, the number one thing I want to share with you today is to absolutely avoid trends. And what do I mean by trends? I don't mean the well-selling products, things that people are interested in, and products that are doing really well or hot on the market. Not at all, not by any means. But by trends, I mean things that are going to very obviously come and go very quickly. Things that were not here yesterday or things that people weren't thinking about yesterday, they are today. They are flying off the shelves like crazy on Amazon. But you know in the back of your mind, you know that there is no long-term play here. You know that as soon as this fad or trend or whatever you want to call it is over, the demand for these products are going to absolutely die right off. So some amazing examples of this are obviously at the very beginning of COVID, there was a mad dash and a mad frenzy for essential items such as toilet paper and other household items that people use, right? So now I'm not saying there's anything wrong with selling toilet paper, with selling other toiletry supplies by any means, but it was the artificial fad, trend, and demand that had toilet paper and paper towel and all of these supplies flying off the shelves. So if you're getting into that business just because the demand is absolutely crazy, yes, you can make some quick money. Yes, you can definitely turn some profit. But also, as soon as that demand dies and you're left with hundreds or thousands of units of this item, then you're stuck with all these items on your Amazon shelves that you're hard off and unable to move. Another great example of this is back when fidget spinners were popular, right? So remember those little fidget spinners and you'd hold them and just spin them around? Well, obviously those things didn't last. They went absolutely crazy. They were a fad, trend, hot item that everybody was talking about. Nobody had known, where they came from, and no one was talking about them one week. Next week, they were all the rage. There were 100 different brands of, fidget spinners out there, different styles of them, all of that kind of stuff. But if you were to sit down and think about it and look into the future and what we now know, obviously there's not really a huge demand for that, and it was a really artificial demand based on a trend. So I would absolutely avoid trends at all costs, just so you can have a more sustainable long-term goal and vision in mind. And thus you're going to be doing yourself and your business a huge favor and saving the headache of having to liquidate and move inventory down the line. The next thing that I would be avoiding, seasonal products. So what do I mean by seasonal products? So obviously right now we are in the fourth quarter of the year, it's holiday season, and you look at a category like toys, right? So in my opinion, seasonal products are not toys. Toys do very, very well in Q4 because everyone's buying their children, their nephew, their niece, whatever the case may be, toys for the holidays. But toys still sell in Q1, Q2, and Q3 just fine. It's just that the demand will pick up for them, right? By seasonal products, I mean products that are very much linked to an event or a certain season of the year. So for example, Halloween costumes, or Christmas ornaments, Christmas decorations, fall or spring items. So these are items that can only be sold for a very limited period of time, usually a month, maybe a couple of months out of the year. And then other than that, there's not a lot of people buying these. There's not a lot of people that are going to be buying Christmas ornaments and all of those types of things in March, April, and May, right? They're not thinking about that yet. They're not in the holiday spirit, let's call it. And so for that reason, it's tough to hold on to that inventory, have that money sitting kind of stagnant in those products and hold on to them for an entire year until your time comes back around. So for that reason, definitely avoid seasonal products and opt for products that are more friendly year-round. The next thing that I would say, and this is a positive thing, a thing that you should be doing, is think about getting yourself year-round replenishables. So what do I mean by that? So replenishables are items that you can buy again, and again. You can keep going back to your brand, distributor, supplier, whatever the case may be, and you can keep purchasing these items and you can reorder them as they sell out. So this becomes a very easy task because once you find the item and you're selling through it consistently, it's very easy to go back to your supplier and just call them or email them and keep ordering more of that product. And if it's a product that will sell year round, you can really anticipate what the demand will be, what that demand will look like, and you can actually plan for that a few months out. So as you start growing the business, obtaining more capital, you're able to buy a month, 2 months, 3 months worth of inventory and have confidence that those products are going to sell out eventually and very predictably as well. So then you're able to create yourself a portfolio of base products that you know are going to sell well throughout the year, that you can depend on and that you can rely on. Too many new sellers come into the market and they do these lot buys, or they buy 100, 200 of one item, and they're never able to sell that item again. They're not able to source that item again. Well, it doesn't have to be like that. There are suppliers out there that will just let you reorder the items because they do that themselves, and they stock those items and bring those items in because for them as well, they know these are dependable items that people are going to buy every day, and items that people are going to come back for. All right, and the very last thing, the thing that I was the most excited to tell you guys about, and thank you for everyone who stuck to the end of this video to hear about this last piece of advice, and that would be systems. So I highly recommend, as you start your business, grow your business, it's not something that ever will stop, but document everything you're doing and use that documentation to create systems. So first, it'll be creating systems for yourself, whether that is your inventory planning, systems on how you order product, how you evaluate your products, systems for doing product research, whatever the case may be. There are many systems that you're going to need within an Amazon business eventually. Don't stress out about it in the beginning, but as you figure things out, as you do things, write them down, make sure that they are available, and then eventually turn that into a system or a repeatable process that you can do again and again for yourself. And then eventually you can teach someone else to do that. So as you get virtual assistants or local employees or people helping you out, you're able to hand over these systems and you're able to give them that documentation that says, here's how you do this task. So once you have that in place, you can hand that over and you can have someone take the work off of your plate so you can focus on other areas of the business. So having these systems in place right from day one will do you a huge service. Yes, I know it is a little bit of work to document and eventually go back and create these systems that are usable and workable. But trust me when I say this, I've been in this business for almost 3 years, which isn't a crazy amount of time, but there are so many things that we do on a daily basis that get repeated in this business. So if you're able to have those systems and that documentation, it's gonna make your life so much easier. All right, guys, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for sticking in. As always, if you guys did enjoy the content today, make sure that you're smashing that like button. If you are not subscribed, why the heck are you not subscribed? Make sure you subscribe and hit that little notification bell. That way you'll know every single time that I post a new video. Other than that, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope that you are having a good day and continue to do so, and I will see you on the next video, guys. Peace.